Welcome to Sounding Out the Sight Words Teacher Training, Part 1. I'm Denise Ide. I'm the founder and CEO of Logic of English. Today, we are going to be learning about how to use sounding out the sight words. Sounding out the sight words was originally the idea of Cindy Kringelis. Cindy is a mom and engineer who read Uncovering the Logic of English, and she said to herself, I would like to take the phonograms and the spelling rules taught in this book and put them in an order so that I could teach my daughters how to sound out the high-frequency words that they were being assigned to memorize for school. And that's exactly what she did. She began to put them in an order and then also to create a reference tool to look up how to sound out each of the sight words. She then shared her idea with us, and she and I co-authored Sounding Out the Sight Words together. So today, for this training, the only book you absolutely need is Sounding Out the Sight Words. This book provides everything you need to teach the sight words in your classroom. That said, many teachers find it very beneficial to have the phonogram and spelling rule reference chart. This fold-out chart includes all the phonograms and the spelling rules in one easy reference tool. So if you've taught one and then you want to look back at it, you can find it here very quickly. Another tool that teachers find beneficial when instructing sounding out the sight words are the phonogram flashcards. So there's a little miniature card included on each of the student pages, but these flashcards can be helpful for review. The phonogram is on the front, and you have a sample word and the sounds on the back for easy teacher reference. Finally, the Sounding Out the Sight Words lessons reference the Logic of English game book. The game book is this huge book of games to review and practice phonograms, to practice spelling, to practice reading fluency. This book includes hundreds of games, and it includes templates for these games that you can photocopy right from the back. Now, with the game book, some people like to add on the expansion pack. There are black and white game boards that you can copy in the back. However, we have some coded game boards just to make it more fun for those board games. And these you can use a wet erase marker on. Once again, these are completely optional. There's some that you can use right in the back of the book as well. There are a handful of games in the game book that call for phonogram game cards or phonogram game tiles. These are referenced right in the table of contents, and there's just a handful of them. Once again, these materials can make learning more fun, but they're optional. Games can be swapped out for any other game. Just the whole point is to be able to practice in a fun way. So for that matter, if you have other games to practice phonograms, to practice spelling, or to practice reading fluency, you can use those in the place in the lesson where it references the game book. The game book is just to make teaching easy. In today's training, we're going to learn how to use sounding out the sight words in two different ways. The first way will be to teach the sight words using a structured curriculum, lesson by lesson. The second way will be how to look up a word and teach a word just because you're curious, how is this word read and spelled? Or a student asks. Everything that we're learning is based on the National Reading Panel research. So the National Reading Panel reviewed over 100,000 studies about how to teach reading. And what they discovered is that there are 5 essential skills of reading: phonemic awareness, systematic phonics, fluency, vocabulary development, and reading comprehension. In this professional development, we'll be focusing on phonemic awareness, systematic phonics, and fluency. I'll also show you a little bit about extending vocabulary development using sounding out the sight words. And we will be exploring how these skills work together to develop reading comprehension. If you want to learn more about the National Reading Panel research and review some of the more recent studies that continue to support their findings, I highly recommend the Reading League Journal, Volume 1, Issue 3, from September-October 2020. This will provide you some of the current research that supports the National Reading Panel's research. As we begin, I want to turn our attention to sight words. So I'm curious, What is a sight word? How would you define it? Go ahead and take a few minutes to write down the definition of a sight word. After you've written the definition, I'd like you to write a list. Can you write a complete list of the sight words? Go ahead and write down any words that you think are a sight word. And then I'll meet you back in the next video.